with Sarah, Mandy, Adi and Bridget.
BBC Radio Berkshire.
Talked a few times about the new primary school in Thiel. It's finally got the go-ahead. The parish council are no longer the big roadblock. Let's have a word with one of the people in Thiel who's been on the show to tell me how keen she is on this idea. It's Carenza Ogby, who's one of the parents in Thiel. Morning, Carenza.
Good morning, Andrew.
Thanks for coming on. How do you feel this morning? Finally, after all this time, the school's going ahead.
I know. I think my overwhelming emotion at the moment is relief. Tinged with a little bit of sadness because of the divisions within the village. But yeah, overall relief.
Why is it important, for anyone who's not heard us talk about this on the show before, why is it important that the school's allowed to expand?
Two reasons, really. Firstly, capacity. We have more children in the village than we used to. And the school can't cope with that. It's went up to 1.5 form entry, I don't know, about 5 years ago now. And it's really struggling to cope with that. So we need a new building. Secondly is to do with the space, especially the outdoor space, the playgrounds, the playing fields. Currently, the current school has less than an inner city school does, and the children desperately need a space to run around and engage in sporting activities.
Right, so that should all now happen over time. Do you think you can stitch back together relationships in the village? Because some people have been vehemently opposed to it.
Yeah, I hope so. I really do. I mean, after the announcement last night, I have read a little bit on sort of social media, and there are some pretty some comments, quite vitriol going on. Some people, especially with regards to Alan Macro, I think one person wrote they hoped it would be the nail in his coffin, the coffin of his council career, things like that. And obviously emotions are running high. But there are a lot of people in Thiel that have an inherent mistrust in West Berkshire Council for reasons that I cannot see, and they seem to think the rest of the village is deluded. There have been implications, for example, that if a child is killed or injured, it will be because we pushed for the school. And those are hard pills to swallow, and actually that they don't have any evidence or backup at all.
All right, Carenza, thank you very much indeed. We mentioned local councillor Alan Macro. Morning, Alan.
Good morning, Andrew.
So you'd be pleased that the decision's gone the way you wanted, but perhaps not so pleased with all the abuse you're now getting.
Yes, I'm very pleased that we've finally got the go-ahead, and I think it's great news for the young people and Thiel and their parents. I think it's generally, despite the divisions, it's probably good news for Thiel itself, because we've got an outstanding school, and it now expand up to the kind of size it needs to be for the children coming along, and also for the housing that's already been permitted. A lot of people are concerned that if we have a bigger school, then we'll get more housing. But I think this will just about cope with what's actually been allocated already.
Gotcha. Alan, thank you very much indeed for that. 7:45 now.